Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I wanted to do a quick video this AM, just focusing on a topic that I get asked a lot actually through DMs on IG, which is how to commit to the phase of, obviously the phase that you are in. So I tend to see a lot of people and get the questions mainly revolving around gaining phases. Gaining phases are usually extremely difficult for people and individuals to actually adhere to, and this is why quite a lot of people don't seem to see the results that they want to see in the mirror when it comes to muscle mass accrual over time. So typically we'll go about our year, depending what the goals are. Most people want to improve their physique and build tissue. So for me, for example, obviously I came out of a contest prep this year, came from being extremely shredded to just being quote unquote normal. So just quote unquote normal, not really being lean, not really being fat, just being normal, being kind of just a standard human being when it comes to body composition. So initially for me that was extremely hard, really hard, and coming out of a contest prep and going into a gaining phase or just reversing calories or any way, shape or form, when you've seen your body in like a light at which your midsection's fucking shredded all the time, your quads are cross-striated, your glutes are really lean, your hamstrings are shredded, your jawline's continuously shredded, you've got striations in your chest, your arms are like fucking like a roadmap full of veins. Your skin is paper thin. Your everything about you looks aesthetic, doesn't it? You're very aesthetically pleasing when you're in that kind of contest level conditioning and just a lean look. You're very aesthetic. You don't really have to be pumped. You can just take your top off and look good. Like you can just take the top off and do like a hit like a most muscular in the mirror, and you're gonna look good because you're so shredded. There's no body fat really covering the tissue. You're just seeing pretty much lean muscle mass across the board. So coming out of a prep and going into a gaining phase is extremely hard. So what we need to think about, and this doesn't have to just be preps, it can be anyone who wants to gain muscle. So if you want to gain maximal muscle mass over a period of time, you have to, oh dear, the porridge has just gone off. So if you want to gain maximal muscle mass in a period of time, you need to commit to the phase. So what I mean by committing to the phase is committing to the phase. So going through uncomfortable portions of the phase which you potentially don't like. So, for example, people struggle with body fat gain massively. They look at themselves in the mirror and they think, I'm not making any progress, I'm looking fatter. What people tend to do, which I've seen a lot of with clients, and just generally just working with people and just being in the industry a lot, is I've heard the story of people, that they get on the scale. So they'll get on the scale, they'll see they're up, and then they'll immediately from the scale, they'll walk into the bathroom, bathroom, have a look in the mirror, and then they'll go from looking the scale, they're up weight, and they go straight into where the mirror is, and they'll look in the mirror and they'll think to themselves, so I've just gained weight, I'm definitely not leaner, so I'm going to be fatter, where is this body fat gone? And you'll analyse it and you'll look at yourself and you'll be like, oh shit, my waist doesn't look as tight. Oh fuck, I've gained weight there. And that's really difficult for people to deal with, and I appreciate it. But if you're focusing on those parts of a phase, you're gonna always be in a position where you're either hopping from one phase to another. So what I mean by that is you'll do a week of gaining weight and you think, oh shit, I don't look as conditioned as I did. And then you'll pull it back and do a mini cut for 2 weeks, and you'll repeat that process, and then 6 months later you've just been doing that process over and over again, and you've actually gained no muscle and you've actually lost no body fat either, so you haven't committed to either of the phases. And I really do appreciate that this is a really tough for people to sort of deal with. Body fat, like even I struggle with it big time. Like I've got all my clients struggle with it. Some more than others, for sure. I tend to find that females are genuinely just slightly worse when it comes to body image from working with them, and I can tell you that from experience from working with females. But I really struggled out of my contest prep. Right now, for example, I don't care about it. I'm really happy with generally how I look. I don't look like I'm not lean, but I'm definitely not fat. There's no way. I did some posing yesterday, and conditioning's really good for where I'm at in regards to body weight, and being all coming up in when it gets to like the 17th, 18th of Jan, it'll be 6 months since I competed, and reality is I've actually only gained since I finished that. I was about 150 pounds on stage, and now I'm about 169 pounds, 170. So I'm actually like 20 pounds up in 6 months ish, which is pretty good going. But the point in this video was that just to show you that I have committed to this phase of gaining muscle. I've committed to the phase, and I've accepted that the phase is not going to be as pretty. You're not always going to look as good. There's no way about it. You're not going to. But I've made huge steps forwards in regards to my physique already in a period of time of just committing to the phase. And I did this last time when I prepped, when I gained. I gained for like 4 to 5 months, and I went into a prep, and I gained so much muscle in about 4 months. It was ridiculous. So the whole point of this video is just to sort of get my point of view across, and just explain that it's really difficult to commit, and I really appreciate that. It's fucking hard to commit to the phase. It's hard to accept. This is mainly going down the route of, wanting to improve your physique because most people, I never really get the issue of people not adhering to a diet when it comes to deficit, when you're in a deficit and trying to lose body fat. I never really ever have had people go eat over macros when they're trying to lose weight. I never really get that. And I never, I'm working with almost, 35, 40 clients. I've never actually had that. The issue always lies in gaining weight. That's always where the problem lies, and it's interesting but I think that people just find the fact the dieting process. Most people aren't looking to get absolutely emaciated lean, so it's quite easy to just adhere to a deficit, isn't it? You see yourself getting leaner, and that's motivation. You get on the scale and you've lost weight. It's a cool feeling, and it's nice to see. It is motivating for sure, but the bigger issue here is when people come away from being dieted down. I'm going to take an example of one of my clients, Aaron Breers. I've been coaching for about 6 months. We initially started. I might whack up a photo of him now if I know how to do that. But my technology skills when it comes to editing is no good. But we initially did like a little bit of a diet, like a 6-week diet. Got to a point when we were really lean, but you'll get to a point at which your muscle mass will let you down when it comes to your physique. So Aaron didn't have enough muscle mass in order to really get leaner. If that makes sense. He could have got leaner, but he would have just looked worse. So you've got to take into consideration the amount of muscle mass you have. So obviously we went from the dieting phase into a gaining phase, and he adhered perfectly, and now he's made the best progress he's ever made, and he's the biggest he's ever been, he's the leanest he's ever been. So it's very interesting. I think everyone deals with these phases differently. But you need to think to yourself, okay, cool, so if the long-term goal is to gain muscle and accrue as much tissue as possible over years or months, we'll do like a 6-month push-up, commit to that 6-month push-up. Accept that you're not going to always look as lean. It's just not going to happen. Accept that you're potentially going to look less aesthetic, but focus on the cool shit, which is going to be things like getting really strong. Like I pulled 180 kilo deadlift Friday. I've never done that before in my life. Things like my back squats and my hack squats and my dumbbell presses are the strongest I've ever been in my entire life. And when I was at this weight before, I was not as lean as I am now. So what you got to think about, guys, is probably the biggest take home is if your main issue the last time you dieted was not having enough muscle mass, you need to commit to the phase, because you commit to the phase for 6 to 8 months. You push your body weight up. You don't get too fat, of course. It's not about getting fat. It's about getting some. You're going to gain some body fat, but pushing up for a cyclical period of maybe 6 to 8 months or 4 to 6 months, depending on body fat allowance and how lean you are and stuff like that, and just how life is going in general and how you feel. Then pull back, do like a 4 to 6 week mini cut. Take off excess weight. You'll lose a lot of weight quick from just a lot of glycogen, a lot of water weight, which will just come off you pretty much instantly. And then you'll look at yourself and you'll be like, holy shit, the last 6 months I've invested and I've maximised everything in the gym, and I've maximised my training, I've maximised my nutrition, my sleep, my hydration, my vitamins, my supplements. Everything's been on point. And you come out of you come out of the gaining phase and you've accrued, like you've taken a step forward in regards to muscle mass, and you've almost recalibrated your body. So you've gone from being, under muscled and not where you want to be to like very muscular. You take off 10 pounds and then you're like, oh wow, this is incredible. I've made tremendous progress. And like you've taken off 10 pounds after that, and then you can see the improvements you've made. But that's only going to come if you commit to the phase itself. So commit to the entire phase. Like, try not to diet. The longer you can stay in a gaining phase, the more muscle you're going to build, and the less time you're spent in a deficit, the better. Unless you're contest prepping, it's a different story. But most people watching this potentially will be some preppers, but you're just wanting to improve your physique just generally. This doesn't. I'm not just a contest prep. I don't just prep contest prep athletes. I have loads of them next year. Don't get me wrong, but I love working with people who just want to improve the physique and just want to, take their physique to the next level in the gym. And, it doesn't mean you have to compete. It's not just about competing, okay? But don't want to ramble on for too long. It's about a 12-minute video. So I was going to say, I'm just going to have a little swig of water here before I get extremely chronically dehydrated. Also, I left my Fitbit upstairs, which is not good. So I was also going to say as well, before I go, I'm going to start doing these more often now. Because I've got a lot of time, I'm not prepping next year, so I want to invest in YouTube quite a lot, actually. I want to try and grow my channel. So I'm going to be doing like a vlog daily. No, not daily, ignore that. I'm going to be like a weekly vlog going through the day itself, the food, the training, what I get up to, which is definitely more exciting now that I'm not walking around like a zombie all day. I'm actually going to film today because I'm going to have some food tonight and stuff and just chilling out. So I'm going to do like an informative video, somewhat informative for people. They may potentially find it informative. So like this, explaining some thoughts and ideas of mine and experiences that I've learned being in the industry for a while, and what I've seen with clients and what I've seen with myself. And obviously there is definitely scientific research behind things like committing to a calorie surplus and gaining maximal muscle mass rather than fucking around, pissing around with a deficit and a surplus continuously. That is going to be evidence based, obviously, as well. So I'm going to do like an informative topic like this, and a kind of a day in the life, food, training, just kind of a bit more of a fun vlog, and go through that and just be consistent with it, most importantly. But hope you've enjoyed this, guys. Any questions, just fire me over a message on Instagram at Jack_Piad, or I don't think you can direct message on YouTube, but Instagram or Facebook. Add me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram, and any questions, guys, let me know. Let me know if you like this style of content as well, and I'm going to be consistent with it because I want to grow the channel. Hope you have a good day, and